Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me today. Got the D-Man here, and today's topic is going to be feelings. Oh, I know we talk about feelings here in the U.S. like men need to share their feelings. You need to express your feelings. Well, I have nothing against feelings. I'm a real sensitive guy. But what you feel doesn't have much to do with it, really. How you feel about it really doesn't have too much to do with it. As a man, you get up and do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. You approach a girl, whether you feel like it or not. You go to work, whether you feel like it or not. You take care of your kids, whether you feel like it or not. And the list goes on ad infinitum. So the point is, for example, this morning, I didn't feel like going out in the 2 below weather to pick up my daughter, but I had to take her to an appointment. Now, I didn't have to go, but I got up, I started the car, and I headed out in the direction. But the snow is so deep that I don't think I can get up her lane. But the point is, you do what needs to be done as a man. Now, feelings have their place. It's a good thing to use feelings in your visualizations and your affirmations and your projections of what you want in your life. You want to, how do I say, you want to put the feeling into the picture in your mind as if you already had it. Now, sometimes people think, okay, let's say your goal is to travel around the world or to have $1 million or 10 million or $1 billion, whatever it happens to be. Now, what you think is that if you had that $1 million, you would have a certain feeling of elation and excitement. But the reality is, if you think about any goal you've ever reached, how did you really feel after a few hours or a day or two? It's like, what now? If you think that reaching the goal is going to bring you happiness, joy, excitement, I mean, it will for about a couple hours, 2 days, whatever, a short time. Okay, but how will you really feel once you have achieved that goal? Okay, if you thought that achieving that goal was going to be the end to end all ends, then you're going to feel really empty. What you're going to find is when you reach each goal, you're going to be like, it's almost like running a marathon. If you've ever ran a marathon or tried to accomplish something and you worked really hard to get there, you have this depletion stage or this almost like a depression afterwards. So to get out of that, you have to set another goal. So what I'm telling you is, when you visualize something, this is where feeling is important. When you visualize something, think about how you would really feel in the aftermath of creating or achieving whatever it was that you wanted to achieve or create. Okay, it's okay to feel that temporary elation that you get when you achieve it. But what about the long term? How are you going to really feel? With me, it's like, what's next? Okay, I've got this, I've got that, what now? You're always going to want things, okay? Let's say it's a girl, a beautiful girl. You've been thinking about her and you finally get the courage up to ask her out. Okay, and then you go out with her, you guys date, you hit it off really well, okay, and then she's your girlfriend, which is what you want. Maybe you even want to get married to this girl or a girl like her. So, you need to think about how you're going to feel after you have her, once the excitement is gone. Okay, because those feelings will fade. But there's another type of feeling that you really will feel when you really have what you desire. Okay, act as if you already have it. Feel as if you already have it. Okay, because if you're in the desiring stage, you're acting as if you're still desiring it, that you don't have it yet, that you still want it. Think about how you would feel. A good thing is to look back on something you really wanted really bad. How did you feel when you finally got it? I'll give you an example. A long time ago, this girl dumped me. First time I had ever been dumped. Man, you know, when you get dumped, you really want the girl back. So I don't know how long it was between the time she dumped me and the time I found myself in the bed with her the next morning. And I woke up and I thought to myself, what am I doing here? This isn't what I want. So a lot of times you think you really want something, but you really don't. I can think of something right now that I think I really want, and I would wonder after I got it, is this what I really want? You're always going to want things, and these desires come up from within you. And it's okay to have desires, as long as your desires are congruent with universal laws, that they don't hurt anybody. Actually, your desires should help you grow and help other people grow if there are other people involved. And there are not too many desires that you have where there won't be other people involved. So everyone benefits from it, everyone expands from it. The universe is in a constant state of expansion, and we are expanding. And what happens is when you are not pursuing your desires or moving in the direction of your desires, you are not expanding, and thus depression sets in. We have so many people here in the U.S. taking antidepressants. Now, I've taken them before. I'm not saying they're good or bad, but it just deals with the symptom of the problem. If you take that medication and don't work on the problem or figure out what the problem is, you're just covering up the symptom. It's like breaking your arm and taking a lot of pain medication and continuing to work. You're not actually dealing with the break. You didn't fix the break. You're just taking pain medication so you can't feel the break. Eventually, your arm gets hurt worse because the pain is an indicator that something needs to be fixed or changed. It's the same thing with depression. It's an indicator that you need to get off your butt and do some inner work. Where is that coming from? Why are you depressed? What do you need to do? It is pain, it is an emotion, it's a feeling, it's an indicator that something needs to be changed within yourself. Now, if you just mask that, oh, everything's okay. You're not dealing with the root cause of the problem. You're only dealing with the symptom. And as I said, I'm not saying don't take medication. Talk to your doctor about that. But what I am saying is if you take it, you need to do some inner work too. Otherwise, you never change. You stay the same. Yeah, it makes you feel good for a while, 6 months or a year, then you got to change the medications. And the long-term use of this medication, it's not good for your liver and other things such as that. But as I said, I've taken things through the years, but when I take it, I'm working on myself too. You got to get some counseling, some therapy, some guidance, some group therapy or whatever to deal with the problem that's causing this depression. That is what you need to be dealing with, not just covering something up. It's like driving down the road in your car and the oil light comes on. Oh, hey, would you give me a piece of tape? What do you want that for? Well, I want to cover up that oil light so I can't see it. Well, what's going to happen? For a while, you're going to be feeling really good and driving along down the road, but what's going to happen eventually? The car is going to explode. The motor is going to be ruined, and you're going to have worse problems than if you would have stopped and put some oil in the car. It's the same thing. Your body needs certain things, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, to operate on an optimum level. So don't ignore your emotions or your feelings, but feel them. Ask yourself, what are they telling me? What are they indicating to me that I need to do or that I need to change? Okay, as I said, I got up this morning, I didn't feel like going out. Maybe what I needed to change in that was to tell her last night, you need to stay home. Yeah, I knew I needed to do that, but I took the easy way and I said, okay, go out there. I don't want to come out there and pick you up. And the girl's mom was supposed to bring her to a meeting point, which was past the hills that I could not go down or go up because of the snow. See, so what's the indicator there? I should have made a different choice. I could have. I don't like to use the word should because that implies that you made a mistake that implies regret or that you should have known better. Well, I could have done something different, okay? Had I known better, I would have done better. Now, when we look back on our past, many times we judge ourselves Now, have I learned from this experience? Yes, it's wintertime, it's snowing. I knew a snow was going to come. I knew that it probably wasn't a good idea for her to stay out there, but I took the easy way. And see, this is what happened. No big deal, but each thing that happens in your life is an indicator. It's a lesson for you. It may be a small one like this is, but next time I will do something different. Okay, so emotions have their place, feelings have their place, but as a man, there are many times in your life you need to override the feelings, do what you need to do, and then when you get to a good place, sit back and take a look at what is going on in your life. Look within and ask yourself, do an inventory of the feelings, the situation, write it down on paper so you can discover what you need to change, how you need to grow, and what you need to get rid of. Uncover, discover, and discard. Many of the people who try to help people become more never look within. They always use these outside techniques, these modalities, these different ways of doing things. And you can't really achieve or change anything on the outside until you change the inside. And whatever you achieve or whatever you gain by only changing the outside will be short-lived. You have to have the consciousness. You have to become the person within to achieve the outer success or whatever it is that you want. First, it has to be done on the inside, or the outside success, whatever that may be, will be very short-lived. Whether it's picking up women, whether it's having millions of dollars, whether it's having success in your business, whether it's being famous, whatever it may be, unless you first have the consciousness, are the kind of person, have the conception of yourself as the kind of person that is the person that can have these things or do these things, it will be short-lived, leave you disappointed and disillusioned. Thanks for joining me today. If you'd like to get my help personally, leave a comment in the comment section and I'll see what I can do for you. Have a great day.